Hey, welcome back to our painting dojo, and today is a cool lesson. We paint from this guy, Mr. Dutch Schaefer, the NMM parts, the metal parts, and I have to say, before I show you the complete way, this is a very unclean part because the sculpt of the gun and so is not the best. This is an old miniature. It's not for sale anymore, and but I do my best. I show you everything. We need only 3 color: black, white, and turquoise. Maybe later, but we need more dark Prussian blue for shadow. But the main color are black and white. Yeah, we get the drops on our perfect wet palette. Here you see the most of the people use the dark sea blue, but in my opinion you don't need it. Yeah, because you glaze it at the end every time, and so much in blue and turquoise, and you never need it in the moment for this kind of NMM. This is an easy kind of NMM. You don't win Golden Demon or whatever. It's for a super high plus gaming. Remember this, and I show you so good I can. I paint under the cam. It's for me really hard to paint in this uncomfortable zone. And sorry for my English here. I try my best, and my wife is always I don't know the word in English, schimping with me. Learn better English and so on, but yeah, I try my best. Here you see I paint all the parts with the mix, and try to let the deep parts black. We don't paint the complete part in our mix. We paint only the highest parts, or the parts that you want to see. I improvise a little bit, and here you see I add a more white in our mix, and we create a street from the darkest tone to the highest tone, and have mid-tone also. And you can always go back and forth and back and forth. But in this case, we don't need it because it's a super simple, super easy thing. Yeah, look what I'm doing here. I paint only some parts. I sketch it because I think, yeah, I want that the visitors see this, and yeah, you can sketch whatever you want. Yeah, you don't hear of the guys, they tell you, oh, the light is coming from here, the light is coming, blah, 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 bullshit. Yeah, nobody says where the light is coming. It's only for your eyes. Yeah, I have so much experience with other guys. They come to me and they see, and I told them the light is coming from them there, and they say, well, I don't see it. Sorry, the light, my light is dim light from the gaming table. Yeah, okay, that's bullshit. Okay, you see, I sketch it and let some parts really black, and improvise a little bit. Yeah, okay, check out what I'm doing. Yeah, here have you see the gun. You really have follow one rule. It's always start from the darkest point, the black for example, and then go to the next brightest point, and then go back to the darkest point. You see what I'm doing here? Let some stripes between them. Yeah, That's important. And the edges, to paint all the edges, it's also important. Here you see I do a mistake, but who cares? Nobody will see it at the end. Now comes the very first important step. I add more white, and you see this is really much more. And take a smaller brush, because now we go from the first, I say 90% our mix, then we go to 70% our mix, and now we are maybe the fourth percent of our mix, and sketch some parts that the eye will catch it easier. Yeah, I hope you understand this. Look here, they start to look like an metal style. Yeah, and you will see at the end this looks, the problem is we cannot sitting here and paint so long and bland and bland and bland. And if you do this, you never finish a model or an army. That's the problem. One of other special commission painters or box art painters, they show you, oh, you can, like Jose da Vinci or so, you can paint this, and then and Glaze and blah blah blah. But then you're sitting over tons of hours for one miniature, and that's not the goal. The goal is to finish this pretty fast, pretty good, and in a very good quality, because you have to represent your army on the table. Yeah. Okay, here's the trick. If you are finished with the sketching, take the mid-tone as a glaze. Yeah, put a lot of water in, and bring the colors together. Go over the parts between your brightest part and your darkest part. Yeah, do this, because this brings us a pretty smooth result, or connecting the colors together. Shadow time. Dark Prussian blue and black, mix it with a lot of water. You see what I'm doing here is the best way to improve the shadows and correct the shadows, and you can everything do with that. You can draw lines or whatever you want. Maybe you can use from GW the Drakenhof Nightshade. It may be the same. I think this is the same, yeah, but I like it in this way more. And you see, I go in every shadow, and really you improve all shadow with this. Glazing time. Now we bring for this thing, we bring a cool tone. We use the glaze medium from Vallejo. It's the best glaze medium ever I've seen. You see how I mix it? I mix it super diluted and remove the most of the water from the brush on the tissue paper. It's super important. And then we glaze, bring tones to every metal part on the miniature. You have to bring tones. We let, this is the reason what I say you don't need the dark blue and so on, because now it's the point you bring a bluish, a Turkish tone to the metal parts, and you see like I'm doing, and this really, you have to wait to dry, and then you see it looks super. Now we mix another color, and we use the turquoise in the mix. And here you see I do a big mistake. I do too much, and I try to recreate my dry color. And now, but the difference between the first and the next, this is we have the turquoise bluish touch in it. Yeah. And now I check it, it's the same or maybe a little bit higher, and I'm very happy with this. And then I take a small brush and we paint now the lights, and the edges and all the parts that our eye will catch it. Finally, we approved this. All here is a super close camera. Finally approved this with the pure white or ivory or ice yellow, whatever you want, but I use pure white and set some super highlights. The cavalry brown move. I love it. To set the metal parts in a little bit used look, I get this cavalry brown with a lot of water, like in wash consistency, and go in the deepest parts, in the blackest parts, or like here in this jet things. Go in there, paint this very diluted, because it brings us a super cool used look and some different tone that you see the miniature from the far and say, hey, what is this? Yeah, dirt and black and bluish, and the brown is perfect for this. Yeah, this brings super cool tones. And you see what I'm doing? Yeah, this is pretty easy, and I love it. And here's the final result. We are come now almost near the last lessons, the final rounds, and you see we have maybe one or two things to fix, to clean, maybe not, but you see the result is super. Really, they looks like a jetpack from dirty space thing. Yeah, okay, the gun is terrible. Terrible skull, but anyway, it looks cool, it's super easy, and you will improve your skills if you more than do this. Yeah, do this more and more, and you'll learn to really to paint this better than I do here. Yeah, okay, thanks to your support, thanks to Kamikotze, Redgrassgames, Frontier War Gaming, and so on, and stay tuned. We see us in the next lesson. Bye.